Wealth is not to be measured in terms of assets, but rather in terms of how much control over people and material, and thus, ultimately, one's own experiences one achieves by economic activities. Money is an abstract concept used to quantify economic activity, thus wealth is a measure of how well you control your experiences with money. Assuming that varied, exciting, unusual, and stimulating experiences are preferable to dull ones, and that they tend to be expensive for this reason, then the main problem for most people is to find a highly efficient form of money input which has the above agreeable qualities. The aim of wealth magic is to establish a large turnover of money which allows agreeable experiences at both the input and output stages. This demands what is called money consciousness. Money has acquired all the characteristics of a spiritual being. It is invisible and intangible. Coinage, notes, and electronic. Numbers are not money. They are merely representations or talismans of something which economists cannot coherently define. Yet, although it is itself intangible and invisible, it can create powerful effects on reality. Money has its own personality and idiosyncratic tastes. It avoids those who blaspheme it and flows towards those who treat it in the way it likes. In a suitable environment, it will even reproduce itself. The nature of the money's spirit is movement. Money likes to move. If it is hoarded and not used, it slowly dies. Money thus prefers to manifest as turnover rather than as unexploited assets. Money's surplus to immediate pleasure should be reinvested as a further evocation, but the truly money-conscious find that even their pleasures make money for them. Money consciousness gets paid to enjoy itself. Those in money consciousness are by nature generous. Offer them an interesting investment, and they will offer you a fortune. Just don't ask for small cash handouts. The attainment of money consciousness and the invocation of the wealth self consists of the acquisition of a thorough knowledge of the predilections of the spirit of money and a thorough exploration of personal desires. When both of these have been understood, real wealth manifests effortlessly. Such invocations must be handled with care. The blue gnosis of wealth and desire creates demons as easily as gods. Many contemporary success and sales seminars concentrate on creating an hysterical desire for money coupled with an equally hypertrophied desire for the mere symbols of wealth rather than the experiences. The punters actually want to work like a possessed maniac all day for the questionable pleasure of drinking oneself into near oblivion on vintage champagne every night is to have missed the point entirely and to have entered a condition of anti-wealth. However, the majority of those who are poor and relatively free, societies where others are rich, owe their poverty either to a lack of understanding of how money behaves or to negative feelings which tend to repel it. Neither intelligence nor investment capital are required in any great degree to become wealthy. The popularity of tales about the misery and misfortunes of the rich is testimony to the ridiculous myth prevalent amongst the poor that the rich are unhappy. Before beginning works of blue magic, it is essential to seriously examine all negative thoughts and feelings about money and to exorcise them. Most of the poor people who win in lotteries, and only the poor regularly enter them, manage to have nothing to show for it a couple years later. It is as if some subconscious force somehow got rid of something they felt they did not really deserve or want. People tend to have the degree of wealth that they deeply believe they should have. Blue magic is the modification of that belief through ritual enactment of alternative beliefs.